I'm Yulia Pushko, Government Affairs Director for Willard Public Relations in Kyiv, and this is Ukraine Political Report for Friday, April 10th. The ongoing battle between the various political factions and branches of government may be more entertaining than anything that professional sports has on offer, and the effect on the nation may be longer lasting than any mere football match. Parliament's resolution scheduling the presidential elections for October 25th has been published in the government newspaper Uryadowy Courier, which makes the date official unless the courts intercede. Scheduling the date was a major win for Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko. President Viktor Yushchenko, whose term would be slashed significantly by October elections, said he'll go along with the date if Parliament agrees to put its seats up for grabs at the same time. This is a perfect trap for Ms. Tymoshenko, as polls show that public support for the prime ministerial political bloc Byut is weakening almost daily. October parliamentary balloting would likely see Byut losing seats in clout to players such as former Speaker Arseniy Yatsenyuk and ultra-right radical Oleg Tyagnybok. Despite her bloc's flagging popularity, Ms. Tymoshenko remains a strong contender for the presidency and could win a matchup with Regent's Viktor Yanukovych. And the president appears to hope that Ms. Tymoshenko shares his fate, serving as a president without strong support in the parliament. The prime minister's reaction was predictable. I quote, "At a time when everyone should be in their seats and responding to the crisis, deputies, ministers and all politicians are headed to the war front, from which it is not yet known who shall return." The Party of Regents has agreed with President, calling for joint presidential and parliamentary elections. In fact, Mr. Yanukovych called for voting to occur even earlier still. Viktor Baloga, the head of Presidential Secretariat, agreed, saying that joint early election would, quote, "reflect the national will." Whether voting occurs on October 25th or September 25th, it's not important, so long as all branches of the government are reloaded. Mr. Baloga's office said that the president would present bills to parliament next week, authorizing simultaneous presidential and parliamentary elections, adding that the legislation would provide for, quote, "a ballot on the basis of open party list and the cancellation of deputy immunity." The addition of the provision stripping deputies of their immunity from prosecution is a no-starter. That perk is jealously guarded and may be the single most important reasons why people seek office. Now, Central Election Commission member Andriy Mahera said that it would be impossible to hold early parliamentary elections on the open list system, as at least 2 sessions of parliament are required to approve the constitutional amendments. According to the expert, the constitutional provision forbidding the president from dissolving parliament during the last 6 months of his term referred to the last 6 months before the inauguration of the newly elected president, not the 6 months preceding the conclusion of his term. Quoting Mahera, "I'm ready to wager a case of champagne if anybody could tell me the date of the inauguration of the newly elected president." And we should look for President Yushchenko to try and dissolve parliament this year, even after the anticipated April 25th cutoff date, and expect the judges of the Constitutional Court to be very busy this summer. I'm Yulia Pushko, Government Affairs Director for Willard Public Relations in Kyiv, and this has been Ukraine Political Report.